Okay, so I wanted to show off the 4 tube TVs that I have in my room. I just got my latest one today, my first ever TV with a VCR built in. So what I'm going to do is on the Sony Trinitrons, the consumer grade Trinitrons, they're not PVM or BVM, EVM, whatever. So on those, I'm going to do animated DVD on this. It's all going to be coming from that, just to show it, from the same thing and everything. And then on my biggest TV and the TV the other one that's not a Trinitron, I'm going to do live action VHS on those, just to have something different and sort of just show really good quality animation and, the less impressive, at least in that way. I mean, I love seeing things with poorer quality and everything. Like, there's just seeing the little graininess and everything. It can just be cozy and everything. It's just growing up. I mean, all the stuff I grew up with, just cool stuff. But I don't know if this is even going to post on YouTube. It should work on Instagram because Instagram seems to be able to do this. But I'm not going to have the volume on the movies. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play my own Sybil module music, this dumb music that I make. It's been a while, but I'm going to play from New Force, the album New Force that I have. So I'm going to have that in the background, and I'll just do like 2 or 3 minutes from each TV. And I do acknowledge, I mean, I will realize and I admit and I will acknowledge here now that, it's not going to be, it's best to see this in person, especially if it starts to like flicker and have issues on the camera. This is just my phone camera. But yeah, I still want to do this anyway, and you can get some idea of the difference between these TVs and why I decided to have, variety here. Alright, I'm going to get into it. I'm going to start off with, it's going to be the original Dragon Ball series, just the very first episode, just start it from the very beginning, and, well, I don't want to have any of the intro, because you won't be able to hear it anyway. But anyway, I'm going to do that. Very important to me. It got me through a difficult time. I was having difficulty physically and mentally, just sort of sick and feeling really fatigued and everything. And just, I would lie down a lot and everything. But this, when I watched Dragon Ball, and it just was the coziest thing in the world. It's actually remained, I saw DBZ first, but Dragon Ball, the original, the first, is my favorite of all Dragon Ball stuff. I love Super too. I was really enjoying that. I watched like dozens of episodes of that. I need to get back into that. But yeah, I know some people might like fucking hate on me for this, but I enjoy, even though it's not canon and it's from a totally different team and it's, it's so separate, I actually enjoy GT. Sort of like with Dragon Ball, just how zany and fun it is, just the characters and everything, but I will say, obviously, Dragon Ball Z is amazing, too. It's just, there's a lot of the sort of, they'll have multiple episodes with the same fight and stuff, and it kind of just, they really focus on the fighting and everything. I mean, it's like that in all of them, but I kind of like the weird characters, and everything, like, like Emperor Pilaf and stuff, and just some of the nods to Star Wars and different things, and, Frankenstein, all that like stuff, all the stuff that everybody knows, just sort of paying tribute in the original Dragon Ball. It's just a lot of fun. But anyway, so here I'm going to start here. I'm going to cut this off just to not have it be as long a video. Alright, I'll just start with it, Dragon Ball on, yeah, okay. Okay, it looks a lot clearer in person. It's a little odd. When you zooming in helps with the helps it focus. Or not zooming in, but if you click on the screen. But it's kind of got some distortion that isn't there in reality in person. Oh, the giant fish, right? What is that later? I love this world, too. There's so much to love about this series. It is just so cozy. looks great though. I mean, this was the first one I got out of the newer TVs. This is the latest, the newest Trinitron that I have. This one's from 1999, and I mean, it almost just looks too good, which is why I'm going to use newer stuff with it, like DVD and everything past N64 and PlayStation. That's what I'm keeping. I'm separating the quality. I'm going to have higher quality, newer stuff on the Trinitrons and VHS and Super Nintendo, all the stuff before the mid-90s on the other TVs. This looks great. Alright, I'm not going to show it, like, everything, but, yeah, obviously, it's getting ready for cooking, and, at least I think, isn't that... Well, let's take a look at this real quick. I'll let it go for another, until 2:30 or something. OG Bulma. Awesome. I've got to watch through this again. Fuck it, I'll let each video be 3 minutes, that works. 12 and then 3 at the beginning, and... That's perfect, have 4-star ball at the end. Here we have the 1995 Ghost in the Shell movie. Very important for me. I decided to just speak over these and everything, just to save time, or to use less video and make it so it's easier to post and hopefully have enough room on my phone. So, the Matrix series was my first favorite series, the trilogy. I don't really like the new movie all that much. It's not terrible, but it's just, you know, I just kind of consider it a separate thing. But basically I was really into the Matrix. The first one, the first 3 movies, and the Animatrix. And in the early 2000s, I did a lot of reading on it and watched stuff on it, and then I learned of this. I learned of everything Ghost in the Shell from the Matrix, and then later on I would see Standalone Complex. Oh god, don't start doing this. I started to see Standalone Complex afterwards on, you know, it was cool. I was like, oh shit, it's on Adult Swim. I didn't know much like classic anime or anything, manga. I didn't realize that Ghost in the Shell was such a huge thing. And then that got me into more stuff, you know. So the Matrix was really probably my first sort of futuristic cyberpunk, gritty, you know, like the high-tech, low-life stuff, all the... where it's based on Earth, but it's, you know, just... those sorts of things. It doesn't all have to be post-apocalyptic, but I do like that too. The Matrix, Blade Runner, whatever, like, Akira, however you want to say it. So this doesn't have a lot of movement right here, it's just a conversation. I just started after the credits. I was just like, fuck it. I don't want to have anything like too violent or anything. I don't know if that's allowed on YouTube that much. I don't know, probably. Anyway, this is an amazing movie. This 1995 movie. I have the, I finally, after many years later, I got the manga set, the deluxe, compilation from Kodansha, however you say it, and it's really good. This 1995 movie is sort of mostly based on the manga. There are differences, but, they're both awesome. And then I love Standalone Complex. I'm one of those people that's just like, pretty much anything related to Ghost in the Shell, I will enjoy in some way. You know, even if it's like different. Oh, here we go. Well, I don't want to give anything away. You've just, you know, if you like anime, if you like sci-fi, you should, this is just like, some people might call it, what's the word I'm looking for? Sort of like when people pretend to be intelligent. I can't think of the word, but, people will make those assumptions about certain things and be like, oh, it's so, oh, that's really bothering me that I can't think of the word. I mean, I naturally like what I like, so, I mean, if people want to call me that, it's fine. No, god damn it, I can't think of the word. I'm gonna add it to the end of this, but, I don't like anything. I don't act in any way. I'm not putting on an act. It's just I happen to like things that are interesting, that deal with life's big questions, and a lot of odd and strange things, anyway. But this is a movie that, if you're into that sort of thing, same with The Matrix, just questioning things, you know, the reality machine and stuff, just like philosophy and different things that I'm not going to pretend that I have a huge grasp on all these things, but it is cool, you know, just wondering about, you know, just asking those big questions about consciousness and, you know, possibilities to life and whatever. Anyway, love, I hope you have pleasant times. Oh, this isn't the end of the video. I don't need to say that yet. Anyway, next part. Okay, here's the 1990 It miniseries based on Stephen King's novel. This is a comfort movie for me. I had sort of a phobia. I mean, it wasn't a normal coulrophobia or whatever. It's just because of things like, are you afraid of the dark and things, different. I was really spooked by clowns as a kid, just creepy clowns at least. But when I finally saw this, it was like, I think it's so cozy. It's such a long movie, and it's just, I really like it. I finally read the novel a few years back, and it was so weird and creepy. I loved it. And just all the camaraderie and everything, you know, makes just friendship and overcoming difficulty, real life trauma, and, you know, supernatural things. It's really good. It's gonna be a shorter video probably, because this is, wait, a spoiler, you know, this is part 1, so this isn't the actual very end, but I thought that was interesting. I thought that may have been a nod to It, Stranger Things, how, Nancy is the one, you know, the sort of young teen girl is the one that's like the best at being a sharpshooter and everything. I mean, it doesn't have to be a nod to it, but, you know, it's got its other similarities too. I love Stranger Things. Alright, I'm just gonna go to the next one. Okay, here's Return to Oz. This is the earliest one out of all of these, the one I saw very first out of all of these. Huge for me as a kid. I rewatched it. A lot of my favorite things happen to be things I'm nostalgic for and everything. This is just such an amazing movie. A lot of people just talk about how spooky it is. Like, it's just like, if you saw it as a kid, that was just like, it messed with you, but I was enthralled. There are a lot of dark themes that you realize if you watch it when you're older, and it's, you know, it's just probably the spookiest thing related to Wizard of Oz. I have all the books too. I got the full box set. I've got to read those sometime. I apologize for the AV in thing. It was not doing that when I plugged in the PlayStation. Obviously, this has, like, I had shown it earlier. Well, you don't know because this is now just this video. This one came with a built-in VCR, but I wanted to keep it all the same and use that same VCR DVD combo in making this video. I don't know why it's doing that. Hopefully that's not a recurring thing. I got this for a really good deal, like less than 2/3 the price of my other TVs. And that's saying something, since it's got a built-in VCR, you know. Usually, I mean, eBay prices are not going to be the best. It's not like it's like thrifting or anything. But, yeah. Still a great price. It's got some issues, but, you know, I wanted it to be, it does what I want. And, you know, with video games, it all works out because I can just use the VCR in this, and then video games I can plug in, and when I plugged in the video game, it didn't keep that up. I tried turning it off and back on, but it's still just staying up there for some reason. The old yellow brick road. Let's just real quick look at all the 3, 4 HD TV, but I got the 4 right here. Oh yeah, and I love stop motion animation. When I first learned of it and saw, like, knew what it was and just saw how it was done, I was like, I want to do this. I don't think I have the, well, obviously I don't have the know-how to begin with. Anybody can learn. I don't know if I have the patience, really, but I love the Leica movies and different things, and, you know, Tim Burton, all sorts of stuff. I love stop motion animation. Like, it's just, what a cool thing. And it can make some beautiful art. Okay, I kind of want to see when she... This... Oh, there... Okay. Oz. Land of Oz. Sort of... This is, you know, it's... This is later on... This is a combination of, I believe, 2 books with some, you know, of its own stuff added in. It's a really cool idea, this movie. But this is obviously after the first movie. But, you know, so... Things have gone wrong in Oz and different things. Why are they statues? Okay, I don't want to make this video too long. Anyway, love, I hope you have... I'll say it again. Love, I hope you have pleasant times. This is really... I'm very, you know... I'm at a good point in my life, and it's not that, you know, material things are the answer, but, you know, you can have some fun with nostalgia and just experiencing things, you know. Art, it is art, you know, video games are art, movies are art, you know, filmmaking, dance, music, like, so many of the things that I collect, it is, I mean, it's valid, and it's beautiful, and it brings me joy, so there's nothing wrong with having a few things that you like to watch and listen to and everything. You know, it's not all there is to life, but it can enrich things and make things very... Just give you something to do that's a lot of fun. Alright, see you later.